A while ago, we were on a show in this very studio.
In this very boutique.
With Holly Shervey and Emmett Skilton, and they were talking about their Auckward Loves web series.
Ah, yes.
And
yes.
we had the lead actor, the director, and bit part.
Essential bit part.
It was quite essential.
Absolutely. Yeah,
the bit.
Pivotal, I would say.
That Emmett played in one of the episodes. Yeah. And, of course, we had the video editor in the studio with us.
So I think this is why we maybe haven't talked about this before, because there's so many people involved in that production. We're actually also involved in producing KickArts that I guess
they were maybe too shy.
They were maybe a bit shy, a bit modest. I don't know. It's hard to believe, but maybe. Yeah.
But we did. We actually rushed off after that show and we watched the entire series over 3 or 4 days. They're 10-minute episodes, and we were pretty well. Obviously, the producer and the editor, Benzanelli, were quite, they were quite hyping it up in the studio, weren't they? And
no, it was very, very nicely done, very well done. So say a little bit about it then for people who haven't seen it. Obviously, it's still online and still viewable, so you probably don't want to give too many spoilers.
No spoilers at all. It's an everyday story of 20-something rebound after broken love affair. So it's four women. It's Alice, played by Holly Shervey, and her 3 best friends, Vicky, Lucy Hare, Grace, Jess Bates, and Zoe, Jess Sayer. It was created by Holly, and it was written by Jess Sayer and Emmett Skilton, and Emmett also did quite a bit of the directing as well.
And I think it's worth saying here that, as Holly told us when she was in the studio, it was actually based on her real experiences with online dating.
It was.
And the interesting and unpredictable results.
And it does come across very, very well. I actually have to say, I was thinking, it's been quite hyped here. I was surprised and delighted by the show. It was, I almost couldn't wait to see the next episode. I had to pace myself a bit because I didn't really want to watch them all in one go. But I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Right from the titles and the credits, they were absolutely excellent. They did clever things like changing the theme music to match the Hangover episode, to match the mood, which I thought was very good. Episode 1, I found extremely funny. It was sharp, it was quickfire. I literally laughed out loud quite a lot. I thought the 4 main characters were superb. I liked them all. I thought they had managed a great mix of personalities. Yeah,
and again, back to what Holly said in the studio, they were apparently her sub-personalities. They were different aspects of Holly turned into characters. So,
absolutely wonderful. The first episode...
Her head must be an interesting place to be.
Absolutely. And the first episode got me hooked. Absolutely, right from the opening sequence, right to the final pan shot out into the garden, which I would describe as exquisite. It was absolutely wonderful. Being
the garden or the pan shot?
The pan shot,
right?
So being primed for the structure of the thing. I was looking out for it, and I thought it was incredibly well done. I wasn't expecting much from a web series. It is a hugely professional, it's everything you would expect from a really good TV show. And of course they've got cameos every week from their mates, which are wonderful, especially the dog in the blowjob episode.
See, no spoilers, come on.
I think it's an episode called Blowjob, but...
Okay, fair enough.
But so how did you find it? I mean, I did.
I liked it. I relate to what you said about it. It's the quickfire humour. And obviously there was and I think Emmett referred to this when he was being interviewed, because it wasn't a big money production for a big TV station, they had a bit more freedom to go their own way a little bit. And I'm not going to name any shows here, but one thing I notice about New Zealand TV, often the first episode, the pilot, will have a bit of an edge and it'll be quite exciting, and then it very quickly reverts to a nice, safe, soapy default. And I guess that's because they're pleasing the funders and they know what the audience is out there, that what's safe, what they can get away with. Well, of course, with this, they didn't have to worry about that, at least not yet, until they get the big bucks.
That was surprise,
it went its own way, and it was the surprises kept coming.
Yes, they did.
And that's what keeps me watching.
Yes.
That's what keeps me watching anything, art included. If there's no surprises and something else
yes, I think
catches
you're right.
my attention.
Yeah, there was there was a change of pace and a mix of styles in all the episodes. It was almost like they were trying out different things to see what was going to make for interesting viewing.
Absolutely. So in the same way that Holly's personality, the bits and pieces of her personality became the cast, the bits and pieces of the production and direction crew obviously got to play with different episodes. And that showed.
In some ways, it did mean it lost some of its punchiness and laughs in places.
Because not all the episodes were paced at a breakneck speed.
Yeah, and strangely, the diet episode was more like a full episode pace, and actually it seemed much shorter than all the others. Because less story was achieved because it was at a more measured pace. I thought, where did that one go? And yet they're all 10 minutes long.
They'll pad that one out to the movie.
I hope so. I was kind of torn between the idea of cutting the episodes further to make them punchier or stretching them out to develop the characters and stories, really. But I guess that it has obviously given them lots of options for future development, really.
And I have to say, I mean, I know at least, I can only speak in a limited way about this, but I threw a link over to some of my overseas friends in the States or in the UK. I said, here's a slice of Auckland. Watch it when the kids have gone to bed. And don't, and not at work. And actually, it made them laugh, or so they told me. So obviously the humour crosses boundaries. It's not just, it's not just going to resonate with a Kiwi audience. It's got more universal appeal.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. And yes, as this is a show about newness this week, I think there are some teasers on the Facebook to say that season 2 is coming. Now I don't know. I checked just before we came, but they are still teasers.
Right.
I do not know, but I think that there is going to be an announcement soon. So hopefully we will hear about it first on KickArts.
But Series 1 is still available to watch, I take it,
Definitely, yes. And if you go back to the KickArts website, which is to the webpage, kickarts.org.nz, you can find all the links there, or you can just look for it on YouTube, or you can just Google Auckward Love, and obviously that's AUCKWARD, Love. And you will go straight to watch the episodes. Don't worry about any trailers. Just kick off with episode 1. It's worth it. It's well worth it.